righty, welcome back. Yeah, no, I'm loving today's show. We have a little studio audience here, and Zoe has joined the team here. She's helping me immensely today. She's doing a phenomenal job giving me the time counts. And also, if anyone comes in the studio, if you want to be part of the live audience, come on down. Free beers are being given away. And if you do come in, we'll take your temperature. And Zoe's going to do double time by giving me the time counts, helping me out, and taking people's temperature on their way in. So we're being safe. We have all the hand sanitizer you ever want. We have all the masks you ever need. And our seating is set up in a very, very socially responsibly distant way. So come on down and check out the show if you want. Now, what's the big news? Big news is 7 months ago, Donald Trump said, I am going to have a vaccine. I'm going to cut all the bureaucracy out of this whole FDA and all this other crap, and I'm getting a vaccine. And they called it Operation Warp Speed, okay? And he said, I'm going to crush the cycle. It takes 8 to 10 years sometimes to get an FDA approval on a vaccine or something that's needed for the masses, right? And believe me when I tell you, over the years, I have made tons of money shorting stocks that are focused on getting FDA approvals. It is a long, detailed, arduous process. And each time the company seems like they're making advances, they get to the next phase, and then they have this, that, and the other thing. And then all of a sudden, one they get turned down, they have to go back to the drawing board, and the stock tanks. And that's when guys like me kind of short the stock, and you make money when it's going down. So I understand the FDA process pretty darn good, because you got to understand exactly. Sometimes it's about the wording. They may get the approval, but there's a but and a therefore and a footnote in there that says you're approved, but 20% of the people could start growing a finger out of their head. So the community at large, certainly the community investment community, reads every single word. They say, well, that's good, they got the approval, but 20% of the people are going to have fingers growing out of their head. So I don't think that stock's going to do very well. And then you see the stock go down. So Trump announced yesterday the first vaccine had been administered, which is huge. And by the way, it happened right here in New York, even though Governor Don Cuomo Leone, the current mob boss of New York State, said that, I don't know if I'm going to take the vaccine. We'll have our own team put together. As soon as the vaccine came out, boom, first person to take it was at NYU Langone Center. So the first COVID vaccine recipient was right here in New York. So, Governor Cuomo wasn't exactly, he didn't really keep his word on that one. I do want to check in on some of the election stuff, and I'm not talking about election fraud or anything like that, but Mikey, GFX 13, we have a report here from Kyle Becker, where he's saying that in Maricopa County in Arizona, they are conducting a full hand audit with a signature match. So we're going to keep our eye closely on that. That's a full audit where they match the signatures. Now, Uncle Danny, my buddy Bobby Schatz's uncle, he was on the show with me the day before Election Day. Thank you, Cesar. My buddy Cesar is right next door at the Incas restaurant. And if you're in Staten Island or you're around the metro area and you want to order some amazing Peruvian food, you got to go online. And what's the website? You're on DoorDash and everything else, Cesar?
DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats.
DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats. Look up Incas, amazing Peruvian restaurant, small business. My buddy Cesar here, I've known him for like 20 years. He went out on his own. He was killing it, and now this lockdown is killing him and his staff. So open for takeout and outdoor dining. It's a little nippy in New York. We're expecting a storm, but if you got a loved one or a friend or something, you want to send them a little meal over the holidays, they like Peruvian, you got to go to Incas because the place is amazing. Okay. Now, Mikey Boy's in another studio. That's how we're operating right now. He's in my house because I'm afraid if the Facebook police figure out where I am, And maybe they'll try to screw with me here. So Mikey's in the house. I'm going to try to move that over here. I'm checking it out. And I'm here at Max Pub. And we're connecting through Zoom, but it's actually working right now. Mike, is it working or no? I feel like we're doing good. And don't forget, every single Wednesday after this show, Mikey goes live on his show, Mike Fumafredo's Coast to Coast Sports, and he's been hot as a pistol with his picks. From what I understand, over the weekend he was with the fam and some friends watching the games on Saturday, and he gave Mikey Burke from Danino's a bunch of picks that were like, ba-boom, winner, chicken dinner. Who do you like this week, Mike?
Depends on what game. I'm thinking I got to stay with my team, USC Trojans, win the Pac-12 this week against Oregon, but not too high on their playoff chances after the rankings came out last night.
I know, coming in at 13 with only one loss, they got two teams ahead of them with two losses. Seems a little whacked out, Mikey.
It does, and the committee gives us no respect, so it is what it is, but hopefully...
Well, what do you expect when your team's called the Trojans? I mean, how much respect do you really want, And then plus, they haven't really had a...
Iowa State's the Cyclones, and they're at 6. How can you rank a team named the Cyclones?
Well, maybe they think they're going to come into town like a storm, and they think you guys are going to come moseying in like a pack of Magnums. The other breaking news we have now, I personally don't believe that Joe Biden will be the president of this country. And I could say that as an opinion. I'm not citing election fraud. Facebook, don't go out and start trying to jam me, okay? I believe, maybe I'm overthinking it, maybe what Dr. Joanna was saying, that maybe I've already written it in my head and that's what I want to believe. But I think in America we can still believe in what we want and state our opinion. In my opinion, I feel like Donald Trump still has an outside chance to win. And if these hand recounts in Michigan and Arizona and Pennsylvania and Georgia turn out that there was election fraud, or if there was some inaccuracies in the recording of these documents, then Joe Biden won't be president and Donald Trump will. But in any event, Joe Biden came out yesterday and they found the position for good old Mayor Petey Buttigieg. They were talking about him being the ambassador to China, which would have been a little weird, but that's not it. He's now being put up in this fake administration that's being put together as the head of the Department of Transportation, I believe. Is that right, Mike? Department of Transportation? I guess Mayor Pete, I guess his bona fides for being the head of the Department of Transportation was the way he backdoored his way into the military, because I know they played up this, out of the closet gay mayor who's a former military veteran. Many people don't know that, and God bless him for even going into a war zone, and every man and woman who puts their life on the line for us. But Mayor Pete, the little inside joke that they don't tell you is he was a member of the reserves, and he worked his way in through some loophole where he was on site in the war zone, but chauffeuring like an Uber driver, driving people from the base to meetings and stuff. So maybe that's why they made him the head of the Department of Transportation, because he was a good shuttle driver when he was called up as a reservist into the military. I don't know. That's what I heard. A great military man told me that. But a great professor and great friend of the show joins us right after this. Dr. Lauren Wright is going to be with us. Stick with us. Don't go nowhere. It's a Wednesday liquid lunch from Max Pub. Back after this.